everyone, today in this video I'm going to be checking out the Tineco A11 series cordless vacuum cleaner. Specifically, this is the Tineco A11 Pet. They did send me the sample, but any opinion expressed in this video is strictly my own. That being said, if you're interested in this product or you want to find out more about it, the link to it will be in the video description. Here's a look at the retail box and packaging. Everything looks great, very simple and straightforward. Now let's go ahead, let's open it up and see what's inside. Here are all the contents. First up, we have our instruction guide and manual with their customer service and contact information front and center. This is available in multiple languages with charts, diagrams, maintenance tips and tricks, everything you need to get up and running, as well as troubleshooting. Warranty information. This does come with a 2-year warranty. And let me show you the specs really quick. There's our spec chart right there on the vacuum. Moving right along, we have our hardware kit, 2 screws, 2 wall anchors. We have our power supply adapter here, and this is going to plug directly into the charger, which is wall mount. So here's the charger, and it has accessory storage, like an extra battery charging compartment up top, which is really clutch. Here's a look at it from the bottom. On this side right here, we have this extra piece of plastic that we can slide in to install. So then we can store our accessories right there. Next, you'll find a multi-purpose cleaning tool for detangling and dusting. We have a filter cleaning option here, so put the dirty filter in and then run your vacuum. We have multiple crevice tools, mini brush roller, main brush roller, Tineco logo and branding, flexible for pivoting, 2 wheels, LED lights. Here's a look at that main brush here with different kinds of bristles, softer bristles. Then we have some harder bristles there. Side view and profile. We have our main body here in 2 pieces with Tineco's logo and branding on them. Here's a look at the second one. Those are just going to snap together. And then last, but definitely not least, we have the vacuum itself. Let's look at this in more detail. Starting with the side profile, you'll notice on our vacuum here that everything's transparent. It's got a really unique design. We can clearly see inside to know when filters are clogged or need cleaning. Inside it says 450 watt digital motor powered by Tineco. We have filter cleaning instructions right here. We have a max level indicator letting us know when the dustbin is full. Over on this side, we have some product literature instructing us to register our vacuum. Removable battery here. We have a trigger lock as well as the trigger right there to power on the vacuum. Looking at it from this side, you'll notice we have some filter instructions up at the top and customer service information. We can press to release to get access to our filter right there, and then it just snaps right back in place. Here's a look at the other side. Here's a look at it head on with our dustbin release button there. So there's a look at the dustbin. We can clean and pull that out. Here's a look at the battery. We have our battery info right here. 2500 milliamp hour, 54 watt battery. Again, release, press, and remove, which is great. So you can use multiple batteries, and then it just slides right back on. Now let's go ahead, let's get this set up. To set up the vacuum, it's as simple as connecting the 2 body pieces together and then picking and choosing whichever accessory you want to use for cleaning. So to get this attached together, this side with our seal and ring is going to attach to this side right there. See those 2 pieces, they're going to line into place. It'll snap to connect both of the pieces together. So now we have the body assembled right there. One end's going to go into the vacuum unit, the other end for your accessory of choice. So in this case, let's go ahead, let's line it up, and then it'll snap right in. And then we can pick and choose which accessory we want to use. In this case, let's just grab the main brush roller. And now you're looking at a fully assembled and ready to go cordless vacuum cleaner. If you'd rather use it in a handheld mode, well then go ahead, disconnect the main body that we just assembled and pick and choose one of the accessories that you want to use. Or you can do a combination of handheld mode with the main body to use the main body as an extension. Maybe you got some dust that's up in a hard to reach area. I'm thinking like corner of your ceiling. Well, then we could just snap this crevice tool in. We could snap it into our vacuum, and now we can get those hard to reach areas. Let's go ahead, let's charge it up and try it out. All right, we just finished our first clean. Let's take a look at the real world results from my house. First, we're gonna look at our accessories. We'll check our mini brush roller here, and we do have your typical hair tangles. So you can see those collecting at the center of the brush. So you will want to keep an eye on that and maintain that pretty frequently to cut those away. Same can be said for our main brush roller. It actually did better than the mini brush roller. So not bad at all. Most of the hairs here I can tell, couple human hairs and a couple threads from our shag rug, but most of this is actually purple hair. That's going to be from one of my kids' dolls, which is funny. So less human hair tangled, more longer manufactured hair on the main brush roller. And then we have some dust and dirt collecting right there in those crevices. A little bit of dirt and dust up at the top on the inside of the cover as well, but not bad. And then looking at one of our accessories here, this is going to be our multi-purpose tool with our brush and our crevice option. We have a couple of hairs tangled on those longer bristles, but not bad. That would be as expected. Now for the good stuff, we got the main dustbin right here, and look at everything we have vacuumed up. Wad of hair up at the top at the filter, and then tons of dirt and dust in the dustbin. So let's empty that out to take a closer look at what we're able to vacuum up. So first up, before we get all the hair out, take a look at all the crumbs in there. Larger Cheerios, sprinkles, a lot of dirt. I see some chips, pretzels, all that good stuff. And then let's pull some of this gross pet hair and human hair out. This is filthy, but I'm really impressed with that filtration. Look at all the really fine dirt and dust that's coming out. That's like powder sugar texture, right? So very, very fine dirt and dust that we're able to get out of the vacuum right here. So there's your close-up of the inside. And then let's do a close-up of all the contents here. Tons of pet hair from my dog. I see some human hair mixed in there. And then the larger objects towards the bottom there. But really fine dirt and dust, pet hair, human hair, and then larger debris you'd find around your house. So how does the Tineco A11 Pet stack up against the competition? Well, let's find out. We'll be comparing it to the average of over 20 plus cordless vacuum cleaners that we've personally tested and reviewed. So we'll look at some key metrics and tests and performance indicators to get a better feel for the value. First up, the lens that we'll look at everything through is the cost. You'll notice that this vacuum is below average in regards to your typical cordless vacuum when considering price. And within Tineco's lineup, this is one of their most affordable cordless vacuum cleaners. Next up is battery life measured in minutes. The A11 Pet has a 35-minute runtime. That's over 20 minutes below your average or typical cordless vacuum cleaner. Now keep in mind your results will vary depending on which suction setting you're using. Obviously, if you're using the most powerful mode, your battery will deplete rapidly quicker. Moving right along to bin capacity, this is how large the dust bin is. This is measured in milliliters. The good news here, we have an above average dust bin by 0.1 liters. Next up is max suction power measured in air watts. So 120 air watt rating for the A11 Pet. That's about 18 points below the typical average. Now we're taking a look at rated power measured in watts. 450 watt rated power. That's actually 100 watts above average. Next we have max CFM. This is a measurement that we record in-house. Typically, the higher the better. Usually, it's a good leading indicator for actual real-world performance, specifically in our deep cleaning test. 35 CFM, which is 4 points above the average. And that holds up here in this case when we look at our carpet deep cleaning test results. In this test, we embed coffee grounds into carpet and we record the results before and after. So nearly a perfect score, 97.5 compared to our typical average of 95. So the good news here is most cordless vacuum cleaners, whether it's average or above average, do really well vacuuming up any sort of embedded dirt or dust in carpets. Next, let's talk about how loud the vacuum is. This is going to be the max decibel recorded cleaning on carpets with max suction settings enabled. 88 is what we peaked at with the A11 compared to the average of 86. That's definitely a wash. Those 2 decibels won't matter. It's going to be impossible to distinguish between an 86 decibel cordless vac and an 88 decibel cordless vac with your ears unless you're using a decibel meter. Next, in regards to weight, this is measured in pounds, 5.6 pounds. Technically, that's 0.4 pounds above average, but this is on the lighter side of a cordless vacuum cleaner. So the good news there is you're not going to have any sort of wrist fatigue or anything like that while you're cleaning, especially because this doesn't run that long. So again, you'll have to set it down anyways to recharge the battery. So where's that leave us in regards to our Tineco A11 Pet? Well, let me share with you my final thoughts. You noticed from all the performance and test results that we looked at, we were getting near or at, or in some cases even slightly above average. But in regards to cost, this is going to be more affordable than your typical cordless vacuum cleaner. And it's one of the most budget-friendly options within Tineco's lineup. So overall, I'm impressed with the performance. You definitely want to make sure you get a cordless vacuum cleaner with LED lights. If you've never used them, you will thank me later. So it's great to see that they didn't compromise on a feature like that. This particular vacuum is really going to excel on hard floors. That's just what this main brush roller is made for. Now, with that being said, on hard floors or carpets, if you have larger size items, think things Cheerios and beyond, there's really no room in this brush roller to vacuum them up. So you'll want to use accessories to make sure if you have those larger pieces of debris, you can get them vacuumed up. This has a great seal. You'll really feel that on carpet when you max out the suction setting. But with that being said, since it seals so tightly, it doesn't actually move very easily on that max suction setting on carpet. So just keep that in mind on carpets. You'll want to save that just for a particular spot and place the vacuum there, and you'll notice that you'll be fighting the vacuum depending on how thick your carpet is. But just use the lower suction settings on carpet and it's not going to be that big of a deal. This vacuum also surprisingly did really well with hair. Now, it is a pet vacuum, right? It's even in the name, but it's great to see that actually held up in real world use case scenarios. Now, you'll still experience some tangles here or there, but really not a big deal. I know I've been singing the A11 Pet's praises, but there are some things I want to see improved. I already mentioned 2 of them earlier. The first one's going to be the plowing effect for larger size items, think Cheerios and beyond. The second one is how it moves on carpets at those higher suction settings. It is rather difficult. And then lastly, I think the biggest one is the battery runtime. It really feels like it doesn't last very long. So if you're thinking about this vacuum, I would definitely recommend looking into picking up an extra battery. That will do you wonders. I love that we have the ability with this one to remove the battery so that it can even be an option. That's what you'll want to consider if you're looking at the Tineco A11 Pet.